Well, hello, everybody. What you doing? What you doing on this wonderful Monday night when I should be in bed already? I am going to play a quick intro, and then we're just going to chat for a few minutes while I smoke a cigarette, and then I am headed to bed. What you guys doing on a Monday night? Some of y'all are night owls, I can tell. It is late. It's past my bedtime here already. Hey, Jilly. Proud Mimi. Sari Ma'am. Whispers, Coffee Addict, A Little Daisy, Fit and Kirby, Janice, Yep, Jennifer, Charla, Connie, Steph, Purge Jolene, Lori Facts Not Feelings, Napa Valley Girl, Casey, Running Bear, Canvas and Crime, Amy, Britt, Ryan Apple Snapple, Rondi, Rocky, Connie, X. What happened? I know it got cold, huh? Hey, Claus. Hey, Lurker. We won't be here very long. Hey, Catherine. What up? Yep. April Erie. Oh, I'm going to talk about that. Betty MCW. Hindsight's 2020. Last night's stream was great. Elizabeth. I've actually been working on Get to Ducking Point. I like that name. Midnight Angel. Kate. That's what I came in to talk to you guys about. Kels, Lauren, Yopergout. So I kind of explained a little bit last night. Hey, Terry, about what I'm going to be doing this week. That's why I wasn't live today, because this takes a lot of like layout and maneuvering. So I want to kind of preface it a little bit for those that will be tuning in for that. And so people understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, because a lot of people have a hard time like following some of this stuff. Hey, Chico. Hey, Jojo. And Yaka. Marlo. Sin. Kells and Hensley. So what I am doing is there is a definite, like we've talked about it quite often. A lot of us that follow these cases, stories like this, there is a definite pattern and a playbook that is basically followed. It's not a written playbook per se, but how they concoct these stories to blow them up to this degree. There's optics that if you sit back and watch, there is intentional movement of how things are laid and intertwined in each of these cases, how they move from discussion groups, how they rely on discussion groups, and how they build narratives. And I'm talking about the misinformation cronies. If whoever fits in that group, fit them there. I mean, you guys know who I talk about, so it's not hard to figure out who I'm talking about. Anybody that calls themselves true crime that isn't really the true crime creators, this little sector that overlaps of exploiting cases over and over again. A lot of them have been involved in other cases previously. So because Sebastian's case is front and center, what I'm going to be doing is I'm taking it back to the beginning, but in order to show you the optics of how social media and even legacy media is used to manipulate and emotionally manipulate people, I am going to take it to the beginning. So we're going to go through the front timeline of the story day by day. I'm going to show you, I've already got it all laid out. I'm going to show you how, in the beginning, how things maneuvered and what they looked like before YouTube creators got involved. And then I'm going to show you how the playbook goes with discussion groups being built, aka Facebook groups, Reddit threads, Twitter feeds, all of that. I'm going to show you how once those get involved and a few creators jump in, how it kind of escalates, and how sometimes even loved ones can use creators or social media to show a certain narrative that they want shoved. And it is, oh, just going back and watching and like laying this all out, it is stunning to watch it in reverse. I've known this happens. I've seen it all along. We've talked about it. But watching it now in reverse like this, it is so in your face of how things happened and who was being used and narratives that were being shoved. Do you guys remember when I asked you guys the question about audio and what kind of car Katie drove the other day? Well, there is a reason for it. And many of you might not even realize this. Hold on, let me grab my phone. Many of you might not realize where that question came from and why I asked that, because most of us knew what kind of car she drove because we've been following this for quite some time. But quite a few people didn't see the constant movements of other people, such as, is this the one? Hold on.
They were more so viewing it as like a runaway.
Here we go.
It's unbelievable when their child is missing. Because I can't think of it.
I want to
like
you to listen
your
to this
child's
part.
missing, and you're gonna go on Nancy Grace. It wasn't, let's play devil's advocate here. Were they maybe worried about how Nancy Grace was going to view them? Like if they did tell the truth, is that why they lied? Like about the CPS stuff, maybe about her hearing a thud, just these different things that happen. Like, was that maybe the reason? Or is it just the fact that they're trying to cover up? Remember, we lie when we have something to cover. So where the truth is weaved in between the lines.
Who recognizes?
So why all the...
You guys recognize this voice? You'll get to the point of why I'm talking about this in a second. But who recognizes this voice? You guys recognize this voice? Sweetie Pilo. People forget that Sweetie Pilo confirmed in one of her live streams that Katie has audio recordings from her car. Hold on. Ready?
point?
And I'm going to show you guys so much that you probably don't even know. Do you guys realize that the first Facebook group, the discussion group, Seth's group, a local group on Facebook with Bullshit Bobby the neighbor, was created on day number 2 after Sebastian went missing? How many of you guys realize that? We've talked about it before. I've shown some of this stuff before. But day number 2, a Facebook group was made. A Facebook group that Bullshit Bobby is an admin of. That's what I'm saying. When I lay this out, some of you will be mind blown. How many of you realize Terry Lynn was covering this on February 27th? How many of you realize that Terry Lynn had access to family members and they were releasing stuff about Chris's custody case almost from jump? I'm telling you, it's going to be mind blowing, and it's a lot. But I'm going to piece it out. So we're going to go through the first days. We're going to go through the 25th through probably the 8th in the first stream. And then we are going to go into how it shifts and the dramatic shift when YouTubers get involved. Did you guys realize that JLR started covering this about March 6th, 7th? You know who else started covering it? Ickmeld. Ickmeld covered it on March 8th. He used Duchess's interview from the news. He didn't do the crazy stuff, but Other people were talking about it. Yeah, it's a deep dive. And what I'm hoping people can see, and what I'm going to try to do, and I'm really hoping that I can get this across to people so they can see the playbook of how they use discussion groups and salacious material and things like that, when they knew all along the answers to a lot of these questions. Listen to this.
Okay.
And don't forget that Sweetie Pilo had direct connections to Seth. She had direct contact to Seth. She has actually removed some of her streams. Thankfully, I've already reviewed them, though.
It came out in the Nancy Grace. Everything that I've been told so far has been top notch. But that's the last time he was heard from. So I'm guessing once they returned home, 6:30 something that
hold on,
night,
let me back it up.
is when the trash.
Hold on, let me back that up.
After this information,
let me go right here.
Was just the fact that they're trying to cover up. Remember, we lie when we have something to cover. So where the truth is weaved in between the lies. So why all the lies, right? It's because they were up to no good.
And before anybody asks or thinks of it, I'm not doing this to try and say that Seth, Katie, or Chris are guilty of anything. I want people to realize how they build a story, how they build a narrative around these cases. You can basically take this playbook and go back and apply it to any case that got a lot of attention on social media and follow the same exact thing and see the exact same patterns, different creators sometimes there's overlap, but the same playbook is played all the time. No, this is Sweetie Pilo that we're listening to.
That's my opinion. I want to tell you, let's get down to some facts that I have found out since I last went live.
Here we go.
And we can, you know what? There's so much to talk about. I almost don't even know where to begin. So bear with me. It's going to be random. Okay. If you can handle random, you're in the right place because it's going to be random. But
and I'm just giving you a little introduction to where we're going so people can kind of understand. If you didn't watch last night's live, I highly encourage you to go watch it. It explains the playbook that is used. Am did wonderful, breaking down her notes and how it all goes. And then the Betty fallout and losing access to her discussion group was a perfect example of what we're trying to, show people. And it's crazy, but I'm just giving you a little taste of where we're headed.
I share with you everything I know at this time that I think matters. So the first thing you need to know, there was an ultimatum. It was about 3 months ago. This ultimatum was shared with Seth. And
she confirms her source is Seth.
This ultimatum came from Chris to Katie.
And again, there's no proof of this.
He specifically said, so Chris specifically said this to Katie. He said, if it comes between me and your son, I expect you to choose your son. This 100% happened.
Oh.
As God is my witness.
As God is my witness.
So is that when the seed was planted? That maybe there was a reason, as much as I hate to imagine a mom doing this, but is that the reason that she chose, in the end, that she chose her husband over her son? Because Sebastian could have been a thorn in their relationship.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very sick, Mar. Yeah, ew, exactly. Ew. So the second thing I want to say too, that really matters. So there's a lot of speculation. When was he last seen? When was he last seen?
Just so everybody is aware, this has been available since March 28th. This, which most people knew already, but this is her live stream since March 28th. This information has been on numerous platforms and channels. And so how they did this Texas Roadhouse spin just recently blows my fucking mind. But people fell for it and they still are. But listen to this.
6:30 on Sunday night, law enforcement has him on camera leaving the steakhouse. He then drives.
Did you hear? Law enforcement has him on camera? Okay, hold on. Let's go back just 10 seconds here.
So there's a lot of speculation. When was he last seen? When was he last seen? 6:30 on Sunday night, law enforcement has him on camera leaving the steakhouse. They drive for 9 minutes back to the house. Now, about a week after this information was uncovered, I guess, from law enforcement, or it's actually no, about a week into the investigation, then Katie comes out and says, hey, by the way, I have dash cam footage. So Sebastian is actually heard in the vehicle on dash cam during that drive home. So we know for
Sebastian is actually heard on dash cam on the drive home. Law enforcement. Guess who her source is? Seth. That's why so many of us have been just throwing our freaking feet against the wall. Because all of this was known. So this whole Texas Roadhouse debacle, law enforcement has had it. They know he made it home. There's dash cam audio of Sebastian in the vehicle headed home from Texas Roadhouse, people. Her source is Seth.
for sure, 100%. And so far, my source has been on point. Okay, it came out in the Nancy Grace. Everything that I've been told so far has been top notch. But
her source is Seth.
That's the last time he was heard from. So I'm guessing once they returned home, 6:30 something that night is when the trash happened. He's seen taking the trash to the end of the driveway. Oh. Now, there's one detail I didn't tell you guys about that trash thing. So the person who shared that information with me, she told me that she herself didn't actually see that part. But when she talked to law enforcement, she said, so did you guys actually see him taking out the trash at 6:30? And
she was also talking to a neighbor. Imagine that. She was also talking to a neighbor, and she was also involved with other people. This is Sweetie Pilo. She had direct access. I'm telling you guys, the optics of all of this, if you go back to the beginning, which we're doing, I've got it all. You guys will think I'm ridiculous when you see how I've laid this all out, but it's necessary for people to understand that 9 months later, people forgot. People completely forgot.
Law enforcement officer says, yes, he is for sure on camera. That's around 6:30-ish.
Granny, I'll send it to you right now.
So he's actually seen, though, taking out the trash. So we know that those two sightings, well, his voice in the car, but then the trash, taking out the trash, both of those are valid. So we can honestly say that's like the last time he's heard from.
I'll send it to you right this second. Yeah. I'm telling you, a lot of this optics, the games that have been played, and there is a significant switch, and there is intentional misrepresentation of the facts. There you go. So you can confirm it to your people. Yeah. Crazy, huh? And I've got so much more that I'm going to show you guys and blow holes in stories. My mic is low. It's probably because I'm sitting away from my computer. Sorry. But why? I can't answer the but why. I have my own personal opinions on it. And I think when you see how it's laid out and see the significant change and shift, you will probably be able to follow and come up with your own conclusions. Again, significant changes. And we're going to walk it all through. I have it laid out. I've been all day. Well, I had a ton of shit to do. I had an IEP meeting again this morning, and then I had work, and then I had other shit to do. But I was here and there. I've been everywhere except on YouTube. But another thing that's crazy, for some reason, the psychics have all riled up. Let's take a look really quick before we get out of here for the night. I hope it helps people see what's really truly happening. I really hope people can sit back and realize that there has been games played right in front of our faces. I'm starting tomorrow, Britt. I've got everything laid out. I feel like I'm getting this cold back again. Like you can hear I'm stuffed up again. It's stupid. I don't know why I can't get over this shit or if it's coming back again or what the frick is going on. But I'm going to start tomorrow. And then I'm going to try to do tomorrow and Wednesday during the day. I've got a choir concert Wednesday night. And then Thursday, I have a procedure. And then I'll probably be back to it Friday. So we'll probably do Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and then depending on how I feel, Saturday and Sunday. But that's the plan. But look at this. So in my group of 75 psychics, Tarot of Hope was one that I had gone over. And 3 months ago, she did a spirit box. The spirit guides tell Dog the Bounty Hunter details. Well, looky here. 2 days ago, she started doing videos again. Let's take a look. This is a Tarot of Hope. Right? Duchess, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with us, but we need to kick this shit. I don't know. Here you go. Let's bring Sebastian.
Hello, angels. Welcome back to the Tarot of Hope channel. In this video, I was supposed to run the Ghost Tube Seer app, but I didn't get much. I only got 4 images, so I didn't feel like doing the whole recording of the app. But I am going to show you each image I did get.
Duchess, this is one we've gone over before. She was a part of our 75, and then she is the one that did the Beth Chapman one that we listened to with Electronic Medium that day.
I will try again tomorrow to actually run it and video the whole entire thing and try to get more. And I also will be doing a spirit box along with that.
Oh.
So the first image I felt, as this had to deal with the phone call between Chris and Katie, I felt like this phone call between the two of them or between the two of them and the sheriff's office was not for good intentions at all. I felt like this phone call between the two of them or the two of them and the sheriff's office was poisoned in some type of way. It was for bad intentions. That's why you see the apples next to the phone.
These are images through another app called Ghost Tube, by the way.
Second image, I felt the spirit was, in my opinion, showing me the possible outcome to Sebastian being found, which is that his remains will be found eventually. The third image, it shows water, so Sebastian could possibly be near a water source of some type. And also, I felt...
I mean, how broad can you make it?
That there may be a storm brewing against the people responsible for his disappearance.
Really? No shit. Like, how much broader can you get?
And the storm is coming from law enforcement. I also feel that they know a lot more than we know.
No shit.
And then the last but not least image, the fourth image, I'm not so sure about this one, but I kind of feel like there may be some visible marks that a sharper or blunt object could have been made on Sebastian's body of some sort. And this will be key focus when it comes to time when his body is found. That is all I got for that one. I will try to do more tomorrow with a different session.
Oh, say it ain't so. Not another session. Oh, yeah. Wait, there's 3. Hold on. Here's another one. Give me a second. Let me get through her intro because it's 99% of this video. Hold on. She says that there is... My God, why did you even do a video? Why didn't you just do this as a short? This is ridiculous. All right. This one says, Spirit speaks to Seth Rogers. Chilling. Is Spirit trying to tell Seth something?
We love you. You have so much love, Sebastian has so much love.
Did you guys catch that? What she's saying? Did you guys catch that? Spirit says, "Hey, Dad." Like, are these people okay? And just so you know, that's not the only one that's came out again in the last couple of days. They're just all piling out. This is another one we've covered recently. But here she is again. She is dropping videos 14 hours ago.
And welcome.
She did a spirit box session with the videos. Imagine that. Imagine that. I'm not even going to torture with you guys because they are pure torture. Spirit box, tarot card readings. I mean, they just one after another. Yeah. One after another. They're all just cycling back around. And they're all using misinformation that's been debunked months ago. Months ago. Like this shit was debunked months ago. You're welcome, Granny. Yeah, a lot of people have thought we were all losing our minds because some of us really like paid attention to some of these interviews of the other creators because narratives were being spun by so many different people, like Sweetie Pilo, Donna Serafina. They had contact with family members. And we're going to go back and I'm going to show you when the allegations against Chris were made and why that was made. And the direct correlation to when law enforcement was continuing to say there was no foul play suspected, everything was on the table, but stories had been vetted and parents had been cooperative. Pretty soon you start seeing intentional leaks and releases in certain aspects on one side versus the other, and then the other side. Yeah. It is crazy. And they used certain people in the beginning, and they were heavily pushing narratives and releasing information about custody cases and all of that. Crazy. It was crazy, but that's where we're headed. So tomorrow we're going to go back and do the very beginning when all of just basically the media was covering it, because there is a definite shift. Like you can watch the media coverage of how extensive the search is, what law enforcement said, what they were thinking, where they were looking, where they were searching, and then you can see a drastic plummet. It's wild. It is absolute. It does twist. It has to stop. But until people start paying attention to how this is concocted and how these creators maneuver, they're going to continue to get away with it. These discussion groups on other formats, such as Facebook and these pages and stuff, it's crazy. It's not just YouTube, sadly. Facebook is a huge push of misinformation because just like we were explaining last night, they get these people in the groups. They try to act like they're getting, sources and they have firsthand knowledge and people are releasing stuff. There's no vetted information. Yeah. Yep. So that's what we're headed into. And I hopefully people will be able to grasp the concept of like the bigger picture here, because it's not as surface level. Like so many people are new to the story, and that's what's happening is there's so many people that are just coming into this. It's been 9 months. So it's constantly getting new eyes and new attention. So people are genuinely believing, oh, wait, this is brand new information. No, it's not. No, it's not. They knew that Katie had dash cam audio way back in March. Law enforcement had that information and it was confirmed. Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Yes, I did see that the Gravefinder removed Sebastian in summer. Thank goodness. Thank you guys all for rallying and helping. And unfortunately, I think the parents did have to get involved, but I still appreciate everybody that gave it time and energy and made a report. Power in numbers. And that's stuff we're going to have to continue to do for these victims and their families. Like we will continue to stand up and say enough is enough. We will continue to use our voices. It's too far. I'm so glad it got taken down. Yep. It needs to be taken down. All of that stuff needs to be. Hey, Christine, I love you. I'm thankful for every one of you that reported it. Everybody that reported it. That's shit's crazy. So I think I am going to head out and go to bed because I have to get up early again in the morning. But I just wanted to come and tell you guys what I've been working on and where we're headed, so you guys are prepared for it. It'll be a daytime live tomorrow. Not sure exactly what time, and it'll probably be a few hours long because there's a lot to walk through. So the first section will be going back to the beginning and just timelining things and showing how things were so stable before social media really got involved. Granted, there was still some, disdain and things. Like there was a Facebook group made the second day. That's weird to me. I'm sorry. It's weird. I think that'll be Lee the Bee. I think that will be hung up in court. I think they'll have a hard time. I think there will be challenges and filings and stuff. I don't know for sure, but that's just my opinion right now. But I think it's going to be a great, for people that have not seen the buildup of this narrative and how the playbook works. And I think this is a great one. And then at the end of this, I was telling Am, I might go back and do the Watts case and show how the narratives were similar, like how they use discussion groups to build narratives and pass them forward. And still, there's still misinformation out here from discussion groups. I don't know if I'll have the energy, so don't hold me to that, but yes, Britt, I will try to give you guys an hour, at least an hour heads up before I go live tomorrow. Sorry, I've been all over the place. Kyle's working, so it's been me holding down the fort, and the girls have had crazy busy schedules. I've had IEP meetings. I have a procedure this week. It's just been typical life, but I've been all over the place with scheduling, but I'll try to get after the holidays. I'll try to get back on a normal schedule. Yeah, I'm hoping that it helps. I'm hoping the reverse timeline review helps. Some people will be pissed if, oh my God, they're going back and playing them again. Yeah, there's a purpose for it. It's very, very needed for people to understand and see how they're intentionally manipulating people, emotionally manipulating people. Why? Good question. For YouTube creators and content creators, a lot of it is self-serving means, but families being involved, it's kind of hard. Love your face too. Don't be thanking me yet. You guys might have a massive headache by the time we're done tomorrow. You guys might be cussing me. Oh, Whitmore, thank you. I'm really excited because there will be things I forget that you guys remember. That's what I love. Like last night when we were having the discussion, you guys were bringing up stuff that I forgot had happened and things that had taken place in other cases that I don't know about or wasn't around for. That's so important to me because it helps me go, oh, wait, let me look here. Let me look there. Oh, thank you for the gifted memberships. Pine Needle, thank you so much. All right, you guys, I am out. It'll be fine, Jojo. I'll be fine. I'm a trooper. I will see you guys tomorrow. Go get some rest. Take care of you. And sleep well. See you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.